Look, it's hard to have faith in what you do when nobody have faith in you. Crazy how I went from chasing coops to chasing truth. I accomplished everything I said I could do in less than a decade. Shout out to my sensei. If it wasn't for all the wisdom that he gave, I probably would have been buried in somebody's grave. What can I say? That's why I'm always giving praise to the omnipotent. My body still, but my mind's in motion. Meditation got me hella focused. Come to find out I just seeing from a line of mystics, which explains why over the years I've been having vision after vision, and the fact that I can see beyond this third dimension. That's what happens when you conquer the flesh. I'm so blessed out of all the different versions of me. This the best. I can truly say I'm resting in peace. While I'm yet alive, it's easy to navigate through life with a balanced mind. If you ain't trying to elevate with me, you getting left behind. Gratitude, the first thing I give when I open up my eyes. Grateful to be a vessel utilized by the Most High God. Honestly, it took a whole lot to get this out of me. I was about to get a music up, but there's a part of me that still love the artistry. Obviously, they wonder how I'm so consistent. Maybe it's the God in me. I'm just here to handle business, freeing souls with my lyrics. I ain't with all that preaching. My focus has always been on healing. Y'all can keep the vain glory. It don't do nothing for my spirit. Nah, y'all stuck in the metaverse, but I'm out here really living. See, I did what I had to do to get my family out of Dodge. Moved from the city to the wilderness to camouflage. Times getting hella hard. Overstand the lives of the people the government do not regard. So that lets me know that we gotta get on our ish. I need for all my brothers to stop jerking off and say your strength. Foreign got our minds so effed up, it's ridiculous. Just think you really getting off on somebody committing sin. Sisters out here busting it open, catching hella bodies, thinking that shit cute. I'm here to tell you that it's not it. You wonder why you got so many personalities. Every man you connect with, you become that nigga. Ask me how I know. I used to be one of them guys who got with girls just to smash. Had them messed up in the mind. Thank God I realized I was making soul ties, so I chose to put an end to it. Scripts were an influence. Anyway, back to the journey, gotta continue it. Right here in my homeland, Turtle Island, I'm a rule. I'm an aboriginal, copper color Hebrew. What it do? Yarika. And I do want to say this. I apologize for keeping y'all waiting for so long. You dig what I'm saying? Just know, this is never gonna stop. I am never going to stop. I gotta keep going. And I can't do nothing but give all praises to my Abba, you feel what I'm saying? Journey.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Facebook Live, good morning, Breaking Strongholds Ministries, good morning, YouTube with Orlando, keeping it simple. How's everybody doing this morning? I know I'm late, but I said I really couldn't get on here until the Most High really gave me a message this morning, and I was battling this morning because I couldn't understand some of the things that I was going through, and I was like, Most High, I need your word, I need your word, I need your word, I need your word, I need your word. Before I can get on here and teach, I said I don't teach unless the Most High tell me what to teach on. I don't do that. I don't come in here and have 2 weeks or 3 weeks of teaching lessons lined up. Mine is week by week, and what Most High is telling me. So that I don't do that. I just do what He tell me to do. And this morning in the kitchen, I had the revelations of what I'm supposed to teach on this morning. But in that song you just heard is from Yarika, right? You know the name of the song?
It just said Lost Message.
How you spell Yarika? I-N-Y-A-R what? I want you to go pull up this artist. He's one of the main reasons we play mostly his music on Yarika. He's a very good artist. Very positive, uplifting. Let me see the phone. You can't get it? Just go to Antarctica.
Baby, hold on. That song was on Antarctica.
How you spell Antarctica?
INYARACHAA.
Okay, CHAA. And what's the name of the song?
He just named that one Lost Message Part 9. Because he has this is his 6th album.
Lost Message Part 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The artist's name is Antarctica, right?
Mm-hmm.
How you spell his name is INYARACHAA, and it's Lost Message Part 9. Very good artist, very good artist. I would recommend that if you don't want your child listening to traditional rap music of today, let them listen to that type of let your child, your offspring, listen to Antarctica. I mean, yeah, it'll blow your mind. But I hope your week has been a good week. I hope the Most High has truly blessed you over and abundantly with love, kindness, and joy. I hope the Most High have blessed your offspring with wisdom and knowledge and understanding. I hope He really truly have blessed you over and abundantly with love, kindness, and joy. My week has been an okay week. The Most High is really bringing some revelations to me. The Most High said to me, He said, you are what you attract. You are what you attract. Whatever type of people are that's around you is because of that's who you are as a person. You attract the same spirit, you attract the same energy, you attract the same people around you. So whoever you're around, that's who you are indirectly and directly. But when Antarctica was talking about Turtle Island, we are the indigenous people of the Americas. This book right here, I have several different books on African American people being the indigenous people of the land. Okay, this is one of the books that I have and I read, or I have read about us being the indigenous people of the land of the Americas. I have quite a few more other books about it. I just have to find them. Like this one here. Like this one here, Christopher Columbus and the Holocaust of America. I have this book here as well, talking about us being the indigenous people of the land. So, you know, when he was talking about Turtle Island consists to be considered to be America. And if anybody who's listening to me today and your grandmother has said that we're Cherokee Indians, that you got some Cherokee Indian in your blood, you got to realize that the Cherokee Indians have been in America for over 5,000 years. So that means that you're native to this land. So when he talk about, you know, Turtle Island and we're the indigenous people, yes, we are. But let us go ahead and read Exodus chapter 20, verse 1 through 17. Then after I read and pray, I want my wife to tell you what the Most High just told her in the kitchen. And then because I don't know what she's got to say, but I told her just to keep it to herself, because I think it's going to correlate with the word today, the teachings today. Okay? And it reads in Exodus chapter 20, verse 1 through 17, it says, And El spake all these words, saying, I am Yahuwah thy El, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And thou shalt have no other Els before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heavens above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahuwah thy El, am a jealous or angry El, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahuwah thy El in vain, for Yahuwah will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahuwah thy El. In it thou shalt not do any work, nor thy sons, nor thy daughter, thy manservants, nor thy maidservants, nor thy cattle, nor thy strangers that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahuwah made the heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore, if Yahuwah blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it, honor thy fathers and thy mothers, that thy days be long upon the land which Yahuwah thy El giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, and thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Let us pray. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our trespasses or our sins, as we forgive those who sinned against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine to your kingdom, power to your glory, forever and ever, so let it be. So yes, good morning, happy Sabbath day, Shabbat Shalom, everybody, Shabbat Shalom. So baby, you want to go ahead and tell us what the Most High was telling you in the kitchen?
Sure. The Spirit, the Most High, showed me that when someone thinks they are being slick, the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, and when you have the Most High at your back, He's slicker. The Most High, the Spirit, is slicker. And what I mean by that, it was a confirmation that He will allow you to hear conversations of whatever it is or what has happened and give you confirmation of the results of what happened. So when someone is being slick, the Ruach HaKodesh is slicker.
Okay. So when somebody think they're getting away with something, they really ain't.
They're not, because they just don't know that who you serve. And when you have the Holy Spirit, it's going to speak to you. It's going to show you. It may come in a dream. It may just appear to you in a conversation. And so.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So if you could turn the word of Yahuwah to Psalms chapter 37. Psalms chapter 37. Did I know what you were saying?
Because I was downstairs, and when he was speaking to me.
Where was I?
You was upstairs.
Okay.
And I got tickled. I mean, I was like, wow. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was funny. It's like, someone think they're being slick.
Think they're getting over.
They think they're getting over.
But in actuality, they're not.
They're not, because when I got your back, I will show you the person. I would give you the conversation. I would even give you their thoughts.
I hope y'all hearing that. I hope y'all. What you say, baby? Go ahead and tell them.
No.
The Most High will show you everything about the person,
yes,
right?
He will show you about the person. He will give you their thoughts. He will give you what they're thinking about. He will give you the conversation and the people who he had conversation with. And when you talk to that person, they will confirm it by giving you saying something that relates to what the Most High showed you. That's how good He is.
Turn to Psalms 37, 1 through 3 this morning. Psalms 37, 1 through 3 this morning. Psalms 37, 1 through 3. Okay? And the key verse is going to be verse 1. And it reads, "Fret not thyself because of evildoers." fret not because of evildoers. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither thou envy against the workers of iniquity. Let me read that over. It says, fret not thyself because of evildoers. Okay? And neither thou be envious against the workers of iniquity. Excuse me. If I may give a title of the text today, the title of today is Don't Believe the Hype. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Okay? And one of the words that I have today is propaganda, or propagate. Propagate is a 17th century word. It means to spread from person to person, to extend, to give birth to, or originate and spread. Also, it means to spread, to extend, to impel, or continue forward in space in any movement or organizations. It means to propaganda means to propagate means to spread a story from person to person, and or a report. And it means that propagate means that you're going to tell a story and it's going to go from person to person to person to person to person. And it doesn't mean that that story is true. That means that somebody's just telling something out there, putting something out there as if it is true, but doesn't mean that it is true. Okay? And the second one is truth. Truth is a 15th century word. It is a 15th century word. And it basically means to conformity to facts or reality. Exact accordance with that which is or has been or shall be. It means that you are conforming to that which is or has been or shall be. Truth is state of facts or things having or characterized by good faith. That's what truth is. Propaganda means a lie. Truth means facts. Okay? So, when we go to looking at the book of Psalms, the writer is David. And the book of Psalms is basically, in chapter 37, is talking about people who prosper in wickedness and how the righteous seems as if they're not prospering because of what's actually going on in the world. And a lot of the times we can be envious and hatred of that person whose appears or seems as if they're getting over, but in actuality, they are not getting over. They're like my wife had a dream this morning, right? My wife had a dream this morning, and she said her dream was about people was in a hole, and the hole, you want to tell your dream?
No, I was saying it was a deep cliff, like a hole. They went down into deep.
Right.
And people were trying to get out
of the hole.
Out of the hole. There were people jumping in cars, climbing, trying to come steep and not stop. Well, the people on foot trying to get out, they were just climbing and going through this roughness and the rocks and trying to get out.
Trying to get out of the...
Get out of the hole.
Right.
And some of the people I saw who was trying to get out of the hole was holding on to my leg, holding on to me, trying to get out the hole. But I made it to the top and I got out.
Mm-hmm. So it's like when you look at life, right? Sometimes who we think are being successful they're not being successful. They are actually digging themselves
Deeper in the hole.
deep into that hole where they're not able to get out. And it's not because of the money that they have, but it's what they did to get everything that they got. How you get whatever you have means more than ever before. It means that is the value, that is the of how you get your reward. And see, sometimes when people are getting all these millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, we never know what they did to be able to get those millions of dollars. Sometimes people think that whatever they do behind closed doors will never come to the light, but in actuality, it will. So when you're looking at people, and when they think they're getting away with something, they're actually not getting away with anything. They're just continuing to dig themselves deeper and deeper and deeper into that hole, and where they won't be able to get out of the hole because the hole is going to be so deep. And that is the thing. The more you see people continue to lie, steal, and cheat, the deeper the hole gets for them. The more they continue to put themselves in the grave. Because the simple fact is they are living a life of lies. So when we look at the people who have all these things, we think that they actually have it going on, but in actuality, they live in a life of propaganda, or they live in a life of lies, because they're actually not telling you how they got the things that they have. They're not telling you, yeah, I had to sleep with this person, or I had to do this, or I had to kill, I had to delete somebody, or I had to steal, or I had to hate, or whatever I had to do to get what I got. They're not telling you, yeah, I got all these riches because I had to backbite on my friend and I had to hate on my friend to get it. They're not telling you that. They're only letting you see what they got, but never telling you how they got it. And the more they continue to get rich, the deeper the hole get. The deeper the hole get. The deeper the hole get. And it's like when Bin Laden letter came out this week, right? Bin Laden wrote a letter saying that yes, the Twin Towers was knocked down. And he said it was 3,000 people had passed away. And now you cause this war to come over to the Far East to cause this war. He said because 3,000 or something of your people passed away, now you go kill 4.5 million of my people. Because you say that whatever happened was justifiable for you to go kill 4.5 million people. And the letter is really eye-opening if anyone has a chance to go read it. And because sometimes we as U.S. citizens think that the U.S. hands are clean. And our hands are just as muddy and dirty and nasty and bloody as any other country out here. In actuality, it has more dirt, more blood on it than any other nation out here in the world. Let me give you an example, right? I googled how this thing come up. While this article is trying to come up, I was looking at Lanier. Lanier is on Amazon Prime. It's a movie about Lake Lanier and what happened up at Lake Lanier, how Lake Lanier came to be. Lake Lanier came to be because there was a town called Oscarville. Oscarville was a black city that was on the north side of Georgia. It was on the north side of Atlanta. And it was full of black people and they were prosperous in the land. But the Europeans saw Oscarville as an opportunity to be able to go get their land and take the land from the people. Because land is valuable. Land is how people get money. Land is how people be able to prosper. If you have land, you can have opportunity. So the early Europeans came into Oscarville and they told a traditional lie. They said that two men had did something horrible to a European lady. So this mob of Europeans went into Oscarville and they hung two of the people who they said committed the crime, and they ran the other people out of Oscarville. Even though the story was a lie, the Europeans ran them out of Oscarville and turned Oscarville into Lake Lanier. So when I looked at the movie yesterday of Lanier, 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 it was showing you that the spirits of Oscarville was bringing revenge on the people of Lanier because of what they did to the in Oscarville. And the most difficult part for me to be able to understand is to be able to accept, because we've been brainwashed to think that revenge is wicked. But in actuality, when you was looking at the movie of Lanier, revenge was righteous in this case. Because the simple fact is, the Europeans knew that these two men did not do anything to this lady. So they hung the two innocent men, and then they destroyed the city and made it become a lake. Also, also in Mississippi this week, Dexter Wade, he was hit by a police officer in Mississippi, Hines, Mississippi. He was hit six months ago by a Mississippi police officer, and he was killed by the police officer because of whatever the situation was. We don't know if the police officer was going to an accident. We don't know if he was racing to a crime. We don't know anything about the scenario. But we know that the police officer hit and killed Dexter Wade. And them not making a claim, calling the family, saying, hey, this is just what happened to your son. This is what we need to do. We need to do some investigation, see what totally happened. We're gonna make sure we fix the problem. What the police officers did in Hines, Mississippi, they buried the man's body without even letting the family know what actually happened to the man. And behind the police station, they have 6 more people or 7 more people done the same identical way, where they have 7 more bodies, unmarked bodies behind the police station or in this cemetery, where nobody knows who these people are, what happened to them, who the families are. The only thing that we know is that they have unmarked graves in this cemetery, not knowing anything about what happened. The only people that knows what happened is the police office. And see, a lot of the times, when we look at scenarios like that, we can get angry. Just like even when you look at if the early settlers or the early Europeans that came over here and tried to take America, or Turtle Island, or the U.S., they killed over 56 million indigenous people or aboriginal people so that they could be able to take the land from the people. They killed over 56 million. Understand that. The early settlers over in North America killed over 56 million people to be able to get the land that they have. 56. But how we was told about the story is that everything was kumbaya when they came over here. It was kumbaya when they came over here, and they never told anybody that they killed 56 million people. They gave us this Thanksgiving story as if the Thanksgiving story was true. But the Thanksgiving, they was giving thanks. The early settlers was giving thanks to their Lord, because they had the opportunity to kill 56 million people without being persecuted for their crimes. But the story that we've been told about Lake Lanier, the story we've been told about Dexter Wade in Mississippi, and many more other stories out here, and the story we've been told about the early settlers is all a lie. It's all propaganda. And that's why that's why the title of the text say today is, don't believe the hype. The hype is a build-up. The hype means excitement. Don't believe the publicity that they're telling you about something when in actuality it ain't true. And it's not even for you to get upset about it, because the simple fact is they're going to reap what they have sown. They're going to reap what they have sown, and they know it, and it's on the brink right now. They've been having that Bin Laden letter out for a long time. But just now, I was asking my wife yesterday, why now did they allow the Lake Lanier story to come out? And how the story was is that the descendants of the people of Lake Lanier or Oscarville was bringing judgment on the people of Lake Lanier. And that's the thing. And I was asking my wife, well, baby, should we really feel sorry for these people? What is going on? And the thing is, when you look at it, the man who got killed, the man who was taken out, he wanted to bring more and more and more vengeance on those people because of what they did and why they did it and how they did it. And see, sometimes we can be envious of people because of what we think we see, but in actuality we really don't see what we see. Because like my wife said, it was a hole so deep that people couldn't get out of. Only a few was able to make it out of that hole. But the wicked have dug a hole that is so deep. You mean to tell me a nation of people have killed over 56 million people? You don't think that hole is deep? You mean to tell me a nation of people who had 3,100 people to die, but you go kill 4.5 million people? You don't think that hole is deep? You don't think the police who's in Mississippi, and they've been doing a lot of stuff in Mississippi lately. A lot of stuff in Mississippi. You don't think the police that's doing all these horrific crimes in Mississippi, you don't think their hole is deep? You don't think they're digging a hole where they can't even come out of? Because it's going to be so horrific that ain't nobody going to want to be able to forgive them for what they've done. Because it's a malice, it's evil, it's vindictive type of crime where you can go hit somebody with an SUV and don't even have the tenacity to even report it to the family and tell them, hey, that your son just got hit and do it by whatever means, and we need to do an investigation. We need to make sure that you have a proper burial of your child. These demonic demons need to be put up underneath the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, along with all of this propaganda, all this. Yeah.
And see, we got to understand the overall spectrum of stuff, of things. I mean, there's so much stuff that the people have dug a hole that is so deep that they can't get out of, no matter what they try to do at this point. They have too much blood on their hands to be able to get out of it. But this message ain't to the people who committed the crime. This is to the people who had the crime committed against them. And that's why I'm telling you today, don't believe the hype of restoration for the wicked. Don't believe the hype in whatever you think it is. Don't believe that these people think that they're going to get away with it. No, they're not. This is just a teaching of the word of wisdom. Understanding that, hey, this is a reassuring message that it's going to be all right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Evilness don't last always.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And sometimes people think they can continue and continue and continue to do what they do and think that they're going to get away with it. Over 10,000 people, 10,000 babies have been killed in Gaza. 10,000 babies. Over 20,000 people have been injured or killed over there in Gaza. Just because of 1,700 people? From a humanity's perspective, the scale is unbalanced. From a humanity perspective, the scales is unbalanced in that scenario. You tell people to flee south and then you turn around and throw a bomb and hit them when they fleeing south. See, the wicked is digging a hole that is so deep that they're not going to be able to get out of that hole. And then they'll tell you a whole bunch of propaganda that we're giving them 4 hours to get out, and we're giving them 4 hours to do this, and we're doing that. But then you turn around and bomb them when they're on their way out. But you think that you're going to get away with it. But this message, this teaching today ain't about the people, the wicked. This is for the righteous. Righteous people, don't believe the hype that you see on TV. Don't believe the bull crap that they telling you about restoring something. Don't believe the hype that they're thinking they're going to get away with mess that they created. Don't believe that hype. So let us go to Psalm verse 37 and 1. Because David, you got to look at David. David went through some things. David went through some things. Even though he did some things, he still went through some situations. He still went through some hardship. He still went through some troubles. And the first thing he says, fret. Fret means to be angry. Don't be upset. Don't be displeased. He said, don't be displeased, don't be angry thyself because of evildoers. Neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. He said, don't be angry with them people. Don't be envious of them. Don't be jealous of them. Because being honest with you, you don't know how they got whatever they got.
That's the truth. That's right.
Because if you knew behind closed doors how people get the things they get, you probably wouldn't want to get it anyway. And this is something that I want us to be able to understand today. The reason why the early European settlers became rich is not because they worked hard to get the things that they have. Not because they inherited the wealth. Not because they were just successful people. The reason why the early European settlers got all the things that they got is because they killed over 56 million people in the Americas to be able to get the land that they have. They did not come over here and establish anything. They did not get, the United States foundation was not built on a solid foundation. It was built on mass murder. So when we're looking at these people and we're looking at the things that they have, but are we actually looking at how they got the things that they have? See, and people think that and we can look at people who got on a clean, nice suit, and we think that they riding good, looking good, but we never know how they got it. We never know how they got the things that they got. That's why he's saying, don't be angry with them because they live in a life of prosperity and they live in a life of whatever, and you live in the way you live. Don't be angry with them or jealous of them. Because these some corrupt, nasty, low-down, dirty, wicked people you're looking at. Half of the people that's incarcerated today should not be incarcerated. The reason why they're incarcerated because the penal systems or the prison systems are required to have a certain amount of population in the prison system, because the simple fact is private corporations own the prison systems. And the private corporations have made a contract with the government. The private corporation made a contract with the government that the government will keep those prisons filled to capacity. And if those prisons are not filled to capacity at all times, those private corporations have the legal right to sue the government because the government is not continuing to keep the systems full. So don't think because you see all these people incarcerated, that don't mean that these people are not, half of the people are not innocent. Are not guilty. Don't think that these people are not guilty. These people, half of the people are innocent. But because the private corporations have made a legal binding contract with the U.S. government to keep these facilities full, innocent people have to be in prison. Innocent people have to continue to be on parole. So when you're looking at it, and we're looking at how all these people riding the way they riding, don't be envious and jealous of these people, because you never know what these doctors, these lawyers, these judges, these representatives, all these politicians, these mayors, these governors. Don't be jealous of them, because you never know the shaky deals that they're making behind closed doors. Let us go to Proverbs 24:1. Proverbs 24:1. It says, "Be not thou envious against evil men, neither the desire to be with them. For their heart study is destruction, and their lips talks of mischief." And see, a guy told me the other day, he said, if you look at everything that the Hebrews have tried to create, it have always been trying to be a creation of healing. Everything that the Hebrews have tried to create, it have always been a resolution to a problem. It has never been a destruction to a problem. But the opposite have always brought destruction to the problem, to the situation, more so than a resolution to a problem. They are the ones that cause the problems. The Hebrews are the ones that try to fix the problems that was caused. That's why it says never be envious and jealous of people, because some people can be so destructive, so wicked and evil that they will do whatever they gotta do to get what they need. Yep. Regardless if it's having to take out people, regardless if it gotta take out 4.5 million people.
They would do it.
They what?
They would do it.
If they got to take out 56 million people, they would do it.
And if they got to take out their own people, they would do it.
Say it.
And if they have to take out their own people, they would do it.
So you got to understand, when we're talking about listening to the hype, listening to people, listening to what's going on in the world today, trying to wanting to be like somebody else, losing your integrity to want to be like somebody else because of what you see that they have. When a whirlwind can come and take it and destroy everything that they got. Let us go to Proverbs 3:31. Listen to this. And because this is what we like to do, this is what we think when we see people that have nice cars, nice clothes, nice houses, a lot of money, we honor them and we respect them because of what they have and not who they are. We kiss people buttocks because of what they have and not who they are, meaning their character. We look down on a custodian who has the ability, who goes around and cleans up people's crap, trash, boo-boo every day. We look down on that person who going around cleaning up your mess every day, but we'll look up to a doctor who has the ability and who is the third leading death maker on the earth. Because of malpractice, because of mistakes that they make in the operation room every day. I want to be like a doctor. I want to be like a lawyer. I want to be like a judge. I want to be like a basketball player. I want to be like a movie star. I want to be like a politician. But not realizing the things that they got to do to get into those positions. That's why he say, fret not. Don't be angry with these people. Don't be jealous of these people, because we don't know what they did to get what they got. In Proverbs 31:3 it says, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. For the forward is His actions is an abomination to Yahuwah. But his secrets is with the righteous. He's telling you the rich is some of the most wicked people on the earth. Kanye West told you he had to do some stuff to get the things that he got. Research these famous people and see what happened to them. When people think they doing something, they ain't doing them a digging. That's all they doing. And they ain't gonna be able to get out of that hole. See, I'm gonna say something to y'all. The United States ain't gonna be able to get out the hole that it has dug. It's not gonna be able to get out the hole. It's no recovering from it. The hole is too deep. Too much wickedness is on the earth. Too much destruction has been on the earth. It ain't no coming back from this. Let me see something. It says in Revelation chapter 17, verse, I say 5, 6, and 7. It says, and upon her forehead was a written name, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. Listen to that. Of the earth. She was controlled the whole earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yeshua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, wherefore did thou marvel? I will tell thee the mysteries of the woman and of the beast carried her, which has 7 heads and 10 horns. Okay, so let us go down. Okay, let us go down to verse, I say 14. Now let us go to verse 12. And it says, and then the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which has received no kingdom as yet, but received power as king 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind and shall give their powers and strength unto the beast. And they shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. Okay? Let us go down to verse 16. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. The 10 BRICS countries is going to burn and desolate and make us naked because of all of verse 6. Because I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus, of Yeshua. It's so much killing that was done. She had to be treated the same way. That hole is so deep that people can't get out of it. You thought that dream was for you, huh? Let's go to 1 Samuel. Chapter 1.
It makes
Okay, and it says, and her adversaries also provoked her sore. This is talking about the birth of Samuel and how things was going on in the life of Samuel's mother and father and so forth. Okay, and it says, and her adversaries also provoked her sore. Huh?
You said 1 Samuel chapter 1.
Okay, 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 5, 6, 7. No, 6, 7, and 8. We'll go to 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? We're talking about 1 Samuel. We're talking about Samuel's parents. But unto Hannah he gave a worthy portion, for he loved Hannah. But Yahuwah had shut up her womb. And her adversaries also provoked Hannah sore, for to make her fret, because Yahuwah had shut up her womb. And as he did so years by year, when she went up to the house of Yahuwah, so she provoked her. Therefore she wept and did not eat. Then said Elkanah, her husband, to her, Hannah, why weepest thou? And why eatest thou not? And why is thy heart grieved? She said, I am not a better than thee, than 10 sons. So Hannah rose up after that day and ate in Shiloh. And after that they had drunk. Now Eli the priest sat upon a seat by a post of the temple of Yahuwah. But what happened is, sometimes you can want something so bad that your adversaries have. And you'll be willing to do anything that they got. And it's telling us that we should not want anything that our adversaries got, because the simple fact is we don't know how they got it. You got to do a lot of major research in the history of the U.S. to be able to understand what I'm talking about. It was 430 treaties that the United States of America broke with the Aboriginal people of this land. The United States words cannot be trusted because they have broken every treaty that they have made with people. Let us go back to Psalms 37 and 2. It says, fret not, in verse 1 it says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. Why? Why is he saying that? Why is the word saying that? For they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herbs. It's going to happen because they're going to be cut down because of what they did and why they did it. See, we think that all this stuff going to continue to go and go and go and go and go. It's not. It's not. Hell finna get ready to bust loose over there in the Far East or the Middle East. Hell finna get ready to break loose over there. In a matter of days. Because people are not finna continue to see genocidal actions over there in the Far East. The Most High is going to stir up some spirits over there in that area where it's it's gonna cause that to be like a bonfire. Because those people are not finna continue to allow that to happen. So that's why the Most High said, "For they shall be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb." He's telling us to fret because wrath is getting ready to come on the wicked. And see, people, what they think they doing ain't actually what they doing. Because he what? He what?
He's slicker.
Say it louder.
He's slicker. You think you being slick.
When you think you doing something, the Most High is doing something too.
Yep.
It's an all divine setup. Let us go to Psalms 92. So this is an encouraging word. I want people to understand, evil don't last our way. They're only going to last for a short period of time. Psalms 92 and 7. Listen to verse 6 too. It says, "A prudent man knoweth not, neither doeth a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever." Understand that. The people that you continue to see that doing this wickedness and evilness upon the earth, they will no more exist. The Ruach HaKodesh, or Mother Nature, of the Spirit, is not going to allow this to ever happen again. Did people get, how many people got out of that hole? Not many. That means that they wasn't able to receive life no more. Getting out of that hole means that you had the possibilities of doing it again. And see, in Mississippi, they had this thing called the Dust Bowl, or the Death Bowl. And I'm gonna bring that up next week. In Mississippi is a horrible state. It's one of the most wicked and horrible states in the South. Some of the things they did in Mississippi, I don't understand why the Most High just came and burned that state down. Because it has done some things unimaginable. The evilness that's in that state. And I don't understand how Hebrew or black people of America can allow their children to go play for Ole Miss, Mississippi State, or the University of Mississippi. I don't understand it when these people have done some horrific stuff to black Americans.
They do it because they chasing.
Job, what you say?
They do it because they're chasing for a dream.
Job 20, 5 through 9. I'm reading 4. It says, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the trampling of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrites but for a moment? Though his excellence mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, Where is he? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. We're talking about the evil ones. Listen to that, what I just said. Verse 6. Though his excellence mount up to the heavens, the rich man, it looks good around the world. And his head reach unto the clouds because he's so proud and prideful. Yet he shall perish forever like his own doo-doo. They which have seen him shall say, where is these rich people? Where are all the rich people? They were so high in excellence and bold. Where are they now? They're going to be gone like doo-doo, flushed down the commode. Because the wrath of the Most High is going to be so sweeping and so quick that you're not going to see these people no more. Because of what they did and how they did everything they did to get the wealth of the world. And a lot of us put a blind eye to things because we really don't want to see what actually is going on in the world and what we are responsible for. And when you read that Bin Laden letter, it's going to make you contemplate some things. Let us go to James 1. Ten and 11. So we can't weep in well doing. We can't be disappointed because we're doing what's right. It says in James 1, 9, 10, and 11, it says, let the brothers of low degree, listen to this, let the brothers of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted, but the rich in that he is made low. Because as the flowers of the grass, he shall pass away. For the sun is no sooner risen with a burning heat, but it is withered the grass, and the flowers thereof falleth, and the grace of the fashions of it perish. So shall the rich man fade away in his ways. What I just said? So shall the rich man fade away in his ways. That's why David is saying, don't be angry and jealous of the rich man, because the rich man is a wicked man. Don't be angry because we get ready to see some wrath on the earth. Let us go back to Psalms 37. Because I know a lot of us, man, this week I had to talk to some people just to give them some encouragement because of everything that's going on in the world. Because right now we're searching because we see the wickedness of the rich. In Psalms 37:3, the first word, he said, don't be angry because you're getting ready to see some wrath. But he also just say, just trust me. Trust in Yahuwah and do good. Trust, then do good. So shall thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. In this moment that we're in today, we still got to do it right regardless of what somebody else is doing. Doing right don't mean to allow somebody to misuse you. Doing right don't mean that you got to let somebody take advantage of you. Doing right don't mean that you got to let somebody beat on you or hate on you or kill you or mistreat you in any kind of way. Doing right means to make sure you take care of you in the midst of, and you ain't stepping on nobody else. You still got to do right in the midst of this situation here. Doing right. Taking care of your family. Teaching your family the right things to do. If somebody approach you in the wrong manner, check them. Because believe me and you, I'm getting to a point where I'm tired of seeing my people continue to get mistreated. I'm getting tired of it. I really am. I really am tired of seeing my people get mistreated. I'm tired of seeing the police officers get away with things that they know they shouldn't be getting away with. I'm tired of seeing injustice on the land. I'm getting tired of it. I really am getting tired of it. But we gotta trust him and do good. Whatever that doing good is in that moment. Let us go to Isaiah 1. It says, wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes. Cease to do evil. Learn to do well. Seek judgment. Relieve the oppressed. Did you hear that? Relieve the oppressed. Judge the fatherless. Plead for the widow. Come now, let us reason together, saith Yahuwah. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool. If ye be willing and obedient, ye shall eat the good of the land. But if ye refuse and rebel, ye shall be devoured with the sword. For the mouth of Yahuwah has spoken. He told us some things that we got to do. Learn to do well in this moment. Seek judgment. Seek judgment. Relieve the oppressed. See, the Most High called us to do some stuff. Relieve the oppressed. Judge the fatherless. And plead for the widow. We got to trust in the Most High doing all these things right here. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 17. Seven and 8. So when we're trying to relieve the oppressed, judge the fatherless, and plead for the widow, we got to do this. Blessed is the man that trusts in Yahuwah and whose hope is in Yahuwah. For he shall be as a tree planted by the water, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when heat cometh. See, when we are relieving the oppressed, judging the fatherless, and pleading for the poor, we won't see the cares of the world. We won't see the problems, because he has protected us in doing what's right. It says, and shall not see when he cometh, but her leaves shall be green, and they shall not shall not be careful in the years of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruits. So when the Most High said, okay, when you trust in me and learning to do well, and you judging the fatherless, you're trying to relieve the oppressed, and you're pleading for the widows, he said, I will take care of you in the midst of all those things. It still is calling for us to do some actions, even in the midst of what we see going on today. He's calling us for still to do some actions. But in the midst of us doing it, we got to trust. And the word trust means to have confidence, be secure, be dependent, and be bold in Yahuwah. Everything that we do, we can't do for ourselves. We got to do it for Yahuwah. Everything that we do, we got to do it for Yahuwah. We can't do it for me, myself, and I. That's when we start bragging and boasting about things that we shouldn't. And the last one, Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 6. 10, 11, 12. It said, for El is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. Listen to that. He's not going to forget what we have done and what we're trying to do. He's not going to forget everything that's going on in the world and know we want to do the things that he wants us to do. He's not going to forget that. He said, which ye have shewed towards his name. Or showed before his name. Everything that we do, we got to do it for Yahuwah. I'm going to oppress, I'm going to relieve the oppressed for Yahuwah's name, so that he can get the acknowledgement. I'm going to deal with the fathers so that Yahuwah can get the praise. I'm going to plead for the widows so that Yahuwah can get the praise. Everything I do is for praising, again, for Yahuwah getting the praise out of it, because I'm his servant. He says, which ye have showed towards his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. That ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith or belief and patience inherit the promise. See, we still got to trust the Most High in doing right. We can't worry about what the wicked have done, because they're going to get their wrath at the end. We just got to continue to do what we're supposed to do. And doing what we're supposed to do ain't always bowing down to the system. It is sometimes, it is standing up for the righteous. It is standing up. It is standing up. And sometimes we got to do some standing up. A lot of the time we got to do some standing. And some of us don't want to do that because it's too hard. Because we're afraid. Because if we look at in 1 Maccabees chapter 3, and I'm just going to read 1. Let me see something. Listen to this. Go to 2 Chronicles, chapter 14, verse 11. 2 Chronicles, chapter 14, verse 11. This is the reason why we got to do everything for Yahuwah's name. And it says, Ashe cried unto Yahuwah, his El, and said, Yahuwah, is it nothing with thee to help, whether with many or with them that have no power? Help us, O Yahuwah, our El, for we rest on thee. For we rest on thee, and in thy name we go against this multitude. O Yahuwah, thou art our El. Let not man prevail against thee. See what it says in this? It says, for we rest on thee, and in thy name we go against this multitude. Whatever we do in life, we always got to do it for Yahuwah's name's sake. Everything that we do, we say, I'm doing it for Yahuwah so that he can get the glory. So when we do it in that aspect, he has no choice but to be with us. He has no choice but to be with us. When we're doing everything that we do it in Yahuwah's name, he has no choice but to be with us. Listen to that verse again at the end. It says, O Yahuwah, thou art our El. Let not man prevail against you. The word thee, talking about him. So when we go out there and fight against our adversaries, and we're doing it for Yahuwah's name's sake, he has no choice but to make sure that we come through on the righteous way, because we're doing it for him. And he wants his name to be glorified. So because he wants his name to be glorified, he has to give us the victory.
Yes.
He has to give us the victory. So when we're looking at today, don't believe the hype of what you see on TV. Don't believe the hype of all the stuff that you see going on. Don't be angry because you're getting ready to see some wrath on the wicked. You just have to trust in Yahuwah. Trust in Yahuwah. always do right in the midst of it. But you gotta trust in Yahuwah. So thank you for the word. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your ear. Thank you for your time. So Abba, as we come to you today, we thank you, we bless you, we praise you, we give you all the honor and the glory. Abba, we thank you for everything you have done and what you continue to do. We thank you for letting your word not go out and come back void. Abba, continue to let us hear the way you want us to hear, see the way you want us to see, and speak the way you want us to speak. But also, Abba, continue to give us the wisdom and knowledge of your word, so that we can be able to utilize it to glorify and magnify your name, Yahuwah. Let us go out there and battle and fight for your name. Just like we fight for other names, let us go out there and fight for your name, Yahuwah. Abba, we ask that you keep us and save us and protect us and increase us in the ways you want us to go. And in all these things we pray in your higher name. So let it be. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Y'all have a blessed one, and thank you all.
Beautiful people we are, even though we have our flaws. Redemption won't be long. The goal is to purify your heart, transmuting all of your unclean thoughts. So thank God we don't look nothing like what we've been through. Even with all of our issues, we still manage to get through any adversity. If that ain't the truth, I don't know what is. Only thing we gotta put it down is the sin. Educate ourselves on how to heal within. A difficult task it is, but imagine if we put more effort into building up each other. Ain't no doubt about it, we would be a lot further. Better examples we need to be, cause the little ones imitate everything they see. I believe if we conquered the flesh, no matter what we touch, I know I will gon' bless. We gotta keep it clean, even though life's a mess. I see it with your chest, we gon' be alright. Beautiful people we are, even though we have our flaws. Redemption won't be long. The goal is to purify your heart, transmuting all of your unclean thoughts. Oh yeah. Beautiful people we are. It won't be long. Beautiful people we are. Yeah. A beautiful people that we are. Even with scars, you still see the glory of God. And even though we in a fallen state, I see us making strides to better ourselves in every way. Every day's a day to celebrate when you manage to do whatever it takes to elevate your consciousness. You know better, you do better. Whatever lessons you learn, you share with those who you run with. It's all about breaking generational curses. Why y'all wait? We say what we say inside of these verses to be a service to those who out here currently searching, whether in person or over the beats. We never stop working to help our brothers and sisters to find their way back to the source. Never by force, but like nature, let them go through the course. From hell to heaven, mentally. Then eventually the kingdom of Abba will manifest physically. Yeah. Beautiful people we are, even though we have our flaws. Redemption won't be long.